welcome back. New York State Democrats are racing to impeach New York Governor Andrew Cuomo after this brutal, this was scorched earth brutal report on alleged sexual harassment by the Attorney General. But now Cuomo is also potentially facing what could be a criminal charges. So Alan Dershowitz is a legal legend and the host of the popular podcast, The Dersh Show. He's also the author of The Case Against New Censorship, Protecting Free Speech from Big Tech, Progressives, and University. Mr. Dershowitz, I have a slew of questions this morning. First is right out the gate. Is it possible that we see Andrew Cuomo potentially go to jail?
It's possible, theoretically possible. The accusation by the unnamed woman that Cuomo put his hand under her blouse and cupped her breast is technically a misdemeanor, an assault, which could result in imprisonment for up to a year. Very unlikely it will happen. There are all kinds of inconsistencies, apparently, in her story, failure to know what day it happened. The governor has records of everything and where he was at all times. It would be a very, very uphill battle to try to imprison the governor. Impeachment is different. And remember, people have to understand this. The criteria for impeachment of a governor in New York is very different from the criteria for impeachment of a president. For the president, it requires criminal-type behavior, treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. I argued that in the Senate successfully. In New York, it really is malfeasance in office. Very broad terms, exactly the terms that the United States Constitution rejected and that the Democrats wanted to foist on the United States during the Trump impeachment. So impeachment is an easy road compared to federal, but I think state criminal prosecution would be very difficult, and I don't think it will happen.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing, too, is local DAs are now going after Cuomo.
Yeah.
Why is the Attorney General who fired this report, she had a litany, we read them off this morning. It is a menu of charge or allegations, let's just. Why are they not bringing one big case against him by the state?
Oh, it's all political. Every district attorney wants to hop on the bandwagon. None of them wants to be run against by somebody who said, my God, the DA didn't do anything about Governor Cuomo. So it's all political. Look, the litany of charges includes some serious ones, like the hand under the blouse, but absurd ones, like he looked a woman up and down. He stared at a woman's body. My God, how many people would be out of prison, men and women, if that became a serious charge? Look, I don't think the report is credible. It doesn't involve cross-examination. Many of the people who were investigated were not put under oath. There were no transcripts. Nobody should take as gospel this one-sided investigation. Everybody has the right to due process, to confront, to cross-examine. And until and unless that's done, we don't accept in America what the Attorney General of the United States said in her bigoted statement. Namely, we must believe all women. Why? We must believe all Jews. We must believe all blacks. We must believe all Native Americans. You cannot make statements like you must believe all women and expect to be taken seriously as the Attorney General of New York. Shame on her for her bigotry. Yeah.
Well, so, I want to shift gears here. We had Rod Blagojevich on just a few minutes ago. Now, he's suing Illinois for the right to run again. He says he probably won't, but a long shot. He was an attorney. He's representing himself in this, pro se. And what do you make of his case? And is it possible that he wins the suit to be able to run again?
Well, first I have to disclose my involvement. I helped a little bit, but I helped getting the president to give the result to Ron Blagojevich. I didn't think that the sentence he got was fair or proportioned. A commutation is not a statement of innocence. A full pardon is a statement of innocence. And so, I think there'll be litigation, and it will depend a little bit on the terms of what the president did in his grant of clemency. But I don't think it's by any means frivolous. If it is a full pardon, and a full pardon is a declaration that the conviction is wiped out. But if it's merely a commutation, then it's only the sentence that's commuted, but not the actual crime itself.
Yeah. Normally we do an Ask Dersh questions. We're up against a bit of a hard break, but I promise we will get to them next week. So if you have a legal question for Professor Alan Dershowitz, email us and we'll ask him. You can email us at askdersh@newsmax.com. Alan Dershowitz, thank you for joining us as always, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.